this is finally right. I think I can officially start, like I'm actually live streaming. And those of you who are on Patreon should be able to join. I know it's obviously last minute, so if you're not here, if you just aren't, because why would you be? You have no idea. It makes perfect sense. But I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna do my plan with me like I normally would. And what I'm gonna do is when I'm done with everything, I am just going to do a time-lapse video of this, and then I'm going to upload it just like I did for all of my September plan with me's. So my channel content is still going to be the same as it was last month, but for my Sunflower Squad and my Lavender League, because I owe you guys these full-length videos that I have just not been doing the last few months, I figured this is going to be a really easy way to get these full-length videos out, and I just found out that I can do unlisted YouTube live streams that I can link up to Patreon. So, of course, it took me like 5 minutes to figure this all out. We'll get faster, it'll get better, but like I said, I'll leave a comment below and let you know to skip ahead. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into the planning process. I'll keep an eye on the chat in case anyone shows up, but I am not expecting anything because I didn't give anyone a heads up, so just gonna go for it. And we'll plan better in the future. But I have been taking a look at these stickers, and generally what I do is I just sit with this for a little while and kind of flip back and forth between my planner and my stickers and think of a plan for what I want. So I've already done that. And there was one thing that I started to do that I usually try to do before my videos, and then I decided that if anybody was hopping on to actually plan with me, that you might not want me to skip this step. So I stopped halfway through, and I'm going to do it with you now. But basically, I always like to add my colors in for the markers. And so I already did the first two, the sort of like sandy color and the green color. But I'm going to come to this next one here, and I'm just going to tap edit, and we'll tap on that one. And I'm going to add in the hex codes. And let's see if I can be fancy, and I'm going to drop in the file with my hex codes up here. So let's see if they pop up into the live stream. Yay, they do. Okay, so you can see them up in the corner. So like I said, I already did this like sandy color and the green color here. So I'm going to pop over and do the orange now. And so if you're following along and you haven't added these in yet, you can do this now. So I've got to add DE855D. I almost put 0. Okay, there's the orange. I'm just going to hit return. And that changed that one to orange. And then I'm going to come over to this fourth color here. I always keep black and white, and then I add in the colors. I'm just going to tap here and hit edit. And then come down and tap that color. And I'm just going to add in my fourth color. So I have 9, 2, 6, 9, 6D. There's so many things for me to look at right now. Okay, perfect. So I've got my colors set up. And you guys, I just had this epiphany. I'm going to share this with you now. So I think only the people who are watching the live stream or the replay are going to hear this. So eventually I'll share this detail with everyone, and you'll all hear it eventually again if you're watching this video. But have you ever noticed in GoodNotes you can add in your colors, and then sometimes it's like they just disappear and you're like, what, where did my colors go? Like, I saved them, I added them in here, and it's very frustrating. If you're somebody who like closes out your windows all the time, or you like only ever keep one window open, you probably, oh no, I just got a message from one of my Patreon patrons, but I can't respond right now. It's from May, not to change the subject, but May is, I've shared her links a time or two. She creates YouTube videos, and she occasionally makes planning videos using my sticker sets and my calendar, my planner, and so I always get so happy to see her videos, but she just sent me a message, so I'm going to have to reach out to her as soon as this is over and try to help her out. Unless she's trying to do the stickers with me. I don't know. This is an unfortunate time. Very unfortunate timing. Okay, so what was I saying before that? I was talking about... Oh boy. This is why it's nice to have an audience who can keep me on track and be like, hey, Tara, you're screwing up here. This is what you were talking about. I was talking about the colors. And so if you're somebody who like is always throwing away your... Do you know what I mean when I say throwing away? I mean like when you open these up and you just like get rid of them to restart the program. But if I scroll through this, I have 1, 2... and probably more. I mean, if I scroll all the way back, 3. I have a ton of GoodNotes windows open, 4, 5, 6. So this is the problem. Each of these windows is different as far as the color palettes go. So I just changed all these ones. And if I open up this GoodNotes one here, the colors, if I go to my color pen, they're not the same. And so... my color pen, my marker, oh my goodness. And it would be the same if I like went to this one and then I clicked on this and it's going to be these colors. I don't know how to get it to be consistent all the way across the board. It really bothers me. I don't know if there's a setting or something that can be changed, but it bugs me. And so whenever I do end up changing the colors, then I end up opening up a new window somewhere and my colors are gone and I have to add them back in again. So it's very frustrating. So if you do run into that issue and you're like, I don't want to add in all my colors, just go look through the other windows and see if you have one open that has the colors that you're trying to work with. So just a little pro tip there. I wish I could figure out a way to make it more consistent and make it actually work, but for now, that'll do. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the planning portion. So I try to keep my planner pretty clean before I do my setups with you guys, but sometimes I'll just duplicate this page for the recording purposes. But I actually have some plans on these dates, and so as a reminder to myself, without like making my planner all hideous with notes, before doing my plan with me video, I just have put some lines there. So like I said, keeping it kind of clean. So what I'm going to start with though, as per usual, as I'm sure all of you guys can guess, is I'm going to go to my elements. And in my digital planning elements, I'm going to find the one that I use to customize this page. So I believe that's this one. And I'm just going to line this up here where it looks good. Tap off. And it's a little bit, it needs to be a little higher. Okay, now it's all covered. It looks great. If you haven't saved these, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It saves so much time to not have to put them in as like their own individual pieces every single time. Obviously this one's just 2, but especially when it gets to like other layouts, this is really, really clutch. Okay, and another thing I saved from, I think it was my June plan with me, I want to say, was this that I can just put over, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and make sure it's lined up as best as I can and move it down just a hair. Good, that looks good to me. And then eventually I'm just going to change these colors. So, oh, it's somehow a little bit crooked. I don't like that. Why? We're just going to move it down on this side then. No, there's a problem here. Okay, so what I'm going to do Maybe, I wonder, I did make multiples of those, so I wonder if instead I just turn on my lasso tool here and turn, well, I don't have text boxes on, so I'm in the clear. I am going to remove this and just delete it. And we'll put one of my ombre stickers there instead. So, which one do I want to do? I think, I think we're going to do maybe the purple and green one here. Yeah. So I'm going to grab my image tool, tap on here, and copy this one. And I'm going to, sorry, I sort of have the sniffles. I'm going to paste this, and with my image tool again, I'm just going to, let's see, we're going to rotate it and do it this way. I'm so sorry. I hate that I have the sniffles. And, oh, I don't know if you saw that. So I've said this in one other video, but if you're trying to resize, oh, it's not going to do it now. And let's say it stops getting smaller at this point. If you just zoom in, now you can make it even smaller, which I think is super nice. So you might think that it's all the smaller that GoodNotes will let you make it, but it's not. Okay, and then we're just going to size this to fit. And I'm making it like a teensy-weensy bit bigger this way. Yeah, and I'm content with that. That looks good. And then what I'm going to do is just turn on my text boxes only. And I'm going to cut that and paste it on top. And we're going to change this to white so that it's easier to read. So I'm going to tap color and just tap the white one. And that is crooked. Wow, that's frustrating. Why is it crooked? I don't like that. Alright, we're going to double tap to undo. Does it look bad? It's not that noticeable. I can tell though, so it's bothering me. Alright, I think that it must have just, the element itself, the whole element must have been crooked. Maybe I'll just go back really quickly and see, was it this one or was it the other one? If I just line this up. No, see, that one's definitely crooked. Maybe it was this one. Oh, is that better? That one's straight. Okay, so I just need to delete that other element. So I'm going to delete this handwriting, and I'm going to bring this one up top. How nice. Why did I save that one if it was damaged? It's no good. Okay, so I'm going to grab the... Ugh! What is this? I don't have handwriting turned on. My bad. Okay, so there. We have that. It looks good. I'm finished. Oh! This is me using my planner and scribbling things in. It's so hideous before I actually get my my plan with me stuff going, and I'm just like, I scribble everything in there, and then once I do my decorations, then I'm like, oh, this is pretty, I don't want to ruin it, and I make it look nice. But before I plan, it's an absolute disaster. Like, I guess not before I plan, but before I decorate. I just don't care, and I scribble everywhere. This is why I have to do it, because otherwise it's still organized, but it's like an organized mess, and I'd rather it be organized and tidy and cute. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do here, and I'm going to try a few different things. So I want to, let's see, for the heading, I'm going to start by grabbing all of these letters here. So let's, not that I need all of them, but okay, I need nothing past, everything between, oh, B, that's right. B and T. There are no other letters beyond those. So I'm just gonna turn on images and try that again. This is the stuff that I usually cut out of my videos so that you don't have to see it. Okay, so now I'm going to paste those in there. And I'm just going to try to, yep, there it goes. It always goes crooked. I hate that. I'm going to tap off really quickly and lasso them again. Nope. Do I care? This is the problem. Do you guys do this too? It really bothers me when it ends up being crooked. Because then I have to go and like do all of them individually. I learned if I kind of just like do this obnoxious little swipe like I was just doing and then tap off every once in a while. I consider this like loading my game or saving my game. Did anybody like, when you think about when you were a kid, if you ever played video games, you would get to like a checkpoint or something and then you would save your game. You didn't need to save your game before the checkpoint because you didn't make any progress. But as soon as you made progress, you'd pause and save the game. And then, you know, otherwise if you died or if you're, in other words, if your sticker went crooked, then you'd lose your progress, and nobody likes that. So no one wants to lose their progress. It's way too frustrating. So that's why I tap off. It's like a video game. And like I said, if I just do these obnoxious little swipes, then it's less of a issue. Still happens, as you can see, but not as often. All right. I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to, let's October. I'm going to just make sure I have all these, and I'm not super worried about placing them evenly at this point. I just want to have them all as one. And I'm making sure that as I do this, that I'm not doing it up here where the other images are, because that's going to complicate things for me. So I'm just doing it down here where I have no images yet. And then I have like a free canvas to work. So I'm just going to zoom in and do this tiny little swipes. It's one of my biggest frustrations with GoodNotes. I wish that they would fix it. Let's see. Is this too big? I like it. I kind of like it. We're going to do just like a hair smaller, but I still want it pretty large like that. And actually, I'm going to use this line here to line these up. They should be pretty okay in size. And as per my last live stream, something I am going to work on is taking these characters and just putting them into a quick font. So nothing real fancy, nothing with a bunch of international characters. You know, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on it, but I am going to give it away as a freebie for the rest of this month. So I should have it done before my next video, before we do the weekly live stream. And so, yeah, you guys can use it for the rest of the month. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy with this. So, I make a lot of random noises, just an FYI, since we'll be doing live streams. And what I'm going to do here is, first I'm going to, let's just take this heart, and I'm going to do it in orange. I'm going to copy this and come back to my planner. And I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to come to, actually I'm going to paste it. Nah, just once is fine. Okay, sorry, had a little bit of a brain fart there. I'm going to come to my orange with the spiders, this washi tape, and I'm going to come back to my planner, and we're going to paste this one. Okay. Now, I am going to take my image tool. I'm going to tap on this heart, I'm going to tap it again, and hit crop. And with the rectangle feature turned on, we're just going to do a rectangle inside of there. And I'm going to make it bigger. And not quite that wide, apparently. Okay, that's pretty good. And maybe like, about like that. I think that's good. And then I'm going to, again, using my image tool, because this one, it doesn't matter if it goes crooked, because then it still puts it back straight. But for whatever reason, the lasso tool doesn't. So the reason I'm doing that as the background is because, as you can see, there's a level of transparency to the bottom part of this. So I have it more opaque here and more transparent at the bottom, just so that it has that sort of like tape look. And so if you want that to not be there, you can basically just size this to match the width here. So it just needs to be a little bit bigger. And I take my time. I try to get it as close as I can. It only needs to be a teeny tiny bit bigger. Okay, and that looks pretty perfect to me. And I'm just going to copy this again, and I'm going to paste it on the other side over here, and the width should already be perfect. So we're just going to put that there. All right, and now what I'm going to do is this is not like a repeating pattern. There's no way to just do it perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 spiders and I'm going to size them so they match the sizes on here, and then I'm just going to add them in and rotate to fill this, and then I'll put my October name over top of it, or title, I think is a better word. So here are my spiders. So we're just going to grab all of these, copy them, and paste. And then they need to be a little bit bigger. Of course, it already went crooked. I guess it doesn't really matter in this case because I am going to adjust all of them. So let's take each of these individually. And I think I only have, hello? What's the problem? What's going on? I have these sort of glitchy issues with GoodNotes all the time. I feel like maybe I should try out some different programs. If you guys use any other programs that you like, or, I don't know, don't get as frustrated with as I do with GoodNotes sometimes, then you should let me know. Okay, these should be a perfect match, and yet maybe I'm just failing. Did I somehow mess up? I don't know. Just play around with it. If you have to go drag the arrows in or out, you might have to do that. But anyway, that's the right size. I'm just going to move that there. And essentially, that's all I'm doing for right now. I'm just going to try to match these as best as I can. And you can see, oops, wrong side. You can see this one has like a little bit of it cut off. So when I get this one right, I will, maybe I smushed them all a little bit. I guess I did. Okay, so I think for all of these, you might have to bring them in a little on both of the sides. And once you get it to match, just take your time. Okay, I think that's fine. Who's gonna know but me and you guys? All right, so now I'm gonna leave that one there, but I am gonna copy it and paste it here. And I think that's the only one that got cut off by an edge. I don't think this one's been cut off. Oh yeah, that one definitely has been cut off. What am I talking about? But that's this one. So I'm gonna copy this one and paste it. I don't want to open that link. Let's paste here. Zoom in. And I don't know, maybe I resized that one, I guess. So I'm going to Paris for Christmas. One of my friends just moved there, so I'm going to go visit him. And I'm going to use my image tool here, make this a little bit better. And so I studied French when I was in school. And I also studied abroad in France. That was a life goal of mine. And as soon as I did that, I was like, now what? It's the only thing that I had known for sure. I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. I never really knew anything. But I knew that I wanted to study abroad in France. And I made it happen. I was poor, so poor. But I just lived off of really affordable pasta for an entire summer. And I also learned to eat vegetables because vegetables are more affordable there than they are in the US. So why am I struggling? I cannot get this to match up. If you're really having a hard time, like I seem to be, you could maybe just like stop talking. That would be wise. Or what you can do is let's come back to that heart, or really anything that's orange, but let's take the heart. And I'm just going to cover this sucker up because it's giving me a hard time and I'm not happy about it. So grab my image tool, tap, and crop it. All right, beautiful. I'm gonna cut this and paste it on top. See? Oh my gosh, how magical. That was a much better idea. And so let's take now this one and yeah, we're just gonna copy all of these and I'm just gonna kind of place them. I'm gonna use the image tool because then I have more freedom to rotate them. And I'm gonna try not to change the size like too much because I still want it to look pretty consistent and not like I just threw these together. But you can also tap and you can crop. So you use your image tool to tap it and then crop, you know, an edge out like that, for example, and rotate it and just put it coming off the edge there. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about the fact that I'm going to go visit my friend, and we did decide to we found a really, really cheap trip to Egypt. So we're adding in an Egypt trip, which is really exciting because I have not been there. But basically, why am I sharing this? Oh, the song that I keep humming. Yeah, I've been listening to French playlists lately because I'm trying to refresh my knowledge of French. So, I mean, in Belgium they speak French, so obviously most of you know I was there over the summer. And so I do get a little bit of practice when I'm there, but I would like more. Okay, I'm content enough with that. So now what we're going to do is just not copy this, but actually, yeah, we're going to cut this. Cut it. And then we're going to paste this. And now I take it back. It is too big, so I'm just going to zoom in. And yeah, it's gone crooked. I don't think I care. And I like actually that this part of the R is descending into this space. And let's just see how centered that is. I think that looks good. I think it's cute. Ooh, that's a lot of fun. Okay, very cool. I hope you guys like that idea. But yeah, so we basically just took the color in the background so that there was no more transparency behind that. We just basically hid it and made it all seem like it was one piece, and then we filled in the space in between and added the lettering on top, and I think it looks really great. And it's super perfect for October. Okay, sorry, I just bumped the camera. This happens sometimes. Let's add in our numbers. So I think I'm just going to go with all the colors because right now this is looking sort of mismatched. But actually, and I think one thing I'm going to do to help it out is I'm going to come here and just make sure that I have my text boxes selected. And it doesn't really matter at this point if I turn those off, but I'm just going to. And we're just going to change this color to... It should be here. Is it this one? I think it's that one. I saved it in a different place. I didn't save them in order. They're only in order here, but I edited them randomly. So I think that's the right color. That definitely looks right. Okay. I think that helps a little bit, but I'm going to go and get all my numbers, and we're going to use all the colors. Whoops, not with the pen tool, but with the lasso tool. La 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 la. I'm just going to select all of these. No! Turn on images. And then select all of these. We're going to copy, come back. Oh, not my financial planner. And we're going to paste. All right, and we don't need to have handwriting on. I'm just making sure to stay away from my line that I have there. So that's why I did that. Anyway, we're going to slowly resize these. If you guys know of a better trick, definitely let me know. But this is the thing I found to work best. And I think that's a good size. Okay, cool. This always takes a little bit of time, but it is what it is. What else can I randomly babble about? I'm not sure. And there's still no one here. Which I expected. I did expect this. This was, I mean, it was all my fault. So I should have planned. And also, I've only sent this out on Patreon and not on YouTube. So let's see. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to count out by 3s, by 4s. But I'm skipping 3 stickers at a time and just deleting them. And then let's see, this will be 2. So visually, I'm just going to, let's see, we'll do the 1, 3, 4, 5. And, oh no, see, that's why I was going to do it separately. Okay, I'm deleting this 1 first. Okay, and then we'll do 3, 4, 5, and we'll go up 7, 8, 9, and then go up 11, 12, 13, go up 15, 16. We're going to delete those ones. And I just realized I should know this at this point. Basically, I could have just extended them. It's going to be the same. I'll do that on the next one. So the next one, we're going to delete these and these 3 and these, oops, these And this one. And then this one has nothing around it, so we can do like this. So much faster. What is that? That way. Okay. And I, of course, forgot. I don't need this one. That's just an empty one. So we'll delete that one. And we're just going to move these around. So let's do it. Where's 31? This is always a nice part to just speed through because it doesn't take a lot of energy, but it's really hard for me to like focus on talking and doing these in order. So I just end up like visually matching them instead of like counting. Specifically when I'm talking. If I'm not talking, then I can count and I can do it. But if I'm talking, I can't really count while I do it, even when it's just, it's simple counting. It's not anything complicated, but there's just something about trying to count while you're already speaking. It occupies, I think, like the same area of your brain, which makes it like impossible to do simultaneously. When I was in college, I did a whole report on multitasking and how it's not actually a real thing. Like people who say they're good at multitasking. Essentially, it's like no matter what, your brain is task switching. It's stopping one activity and doing something else. So if you were to just focus on both of those things separately, you would be a lot more productive as opposed to switching back and forth, even if you think that you are doing them both simultaneously, you're not. And it's sort of like this idea of, I'm trying to think, I feel like people have given some more recent comparisons of basically when you're not like mentally task switching, but I can't remember now. Oh no. But it's this idea that basically like if you are changing what you're doing, then it's less productive than if you were to just like focus on the thing. And multitasking essentially embodies that that issue. But I don't think people think about it that way. So, okay, good. I like the way that these colors have brought this all together. It looks a lot nicer. But to summarize what I was going to say, I mean, granted, this research was like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 14 years ago. Oh my gosh. Time. What is time? I think it was my freshman year of college. So this was back in 2010. So I guess 13 years ago. And yeah, it was basically like saying that if you can multitask better if it's using two different areas of your brain. So I don't know, for example, listening to music while cleaning your house, right? This is technically multitasking, and it's using two very, very different areas of the brain. But if you're trying to do something like count and talk or like read at the same time, it's going to be more complicated because it's going to use a similar area of the brain. I don't know. Why am I talking about this? It's because I'm babbling to fill the space. Okay. Try live streaming sometime. It's really interesting to just talk to yourself. I'm like having a conversation with no one, so how fun. Let's move on to the next one, which is I want to fill that space, and I'm going to do something a little bit interesting here. Gosh, I really like how that turned out. Okay, I'm going to paste this, and we're going to grab our image tool, and I'm going to bring it over, and I'm just going to make it fit here in the width. And I'm going to tap off to reset. Now, I could stretch it like this, but you can see that's going to make it look kind of funny. It's going to be more elongated on this side. This part's going to look kind of funny. So we're not going to do that. We're going to undo. And while I have it at this size, I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to paste it. And oh, that looks kind of nice. You could like repeat that and have different sections. There's an idea if that's something you want to do. What I was thinking is taking my image tool, tapping on this, and cropping it, and just cropping it down like this. And I'm gonna move this down here. Whoa! Did you just see what happened? This is another reason that I edit my videos. My iPad, since the moment I bought this one, my old iPad didn't do this, but this one does. From the very first day that I ever used it, it does this weird glitch thing every now and again when I touch the screen, and it just like draws lines everywhere, and I have to undo for like 5 minutes. And I'm joking. But you can see it, like I'm hitting undo over and over, and it's just now, like, it does like a million dots. Again, I'm exaggerating, but I could have also taken my stroke eraser and erased. But it does it when I'm in Procreate. It does it in other apps. It's so frustrating. It drives me crazy. Okay, so I've got this one at the right size, and with my image tool, I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste. And then I'm going to tap on this one again, and I'm going to crop. I'm going to crop this part up. And what I'm going to do is now I can stretch it, and there's no issue. So we're just going to make sure it's lined up nicely. And it looks like it slightly changed size, but nothing we can't fix with just a tiny adjustment. And if you're not a perfectionist, then, you know, it's fine. You probably get through this a lot faster than I do. And I'm letting go of some of my perfectionist tendencies. Oh my goodness. But, you know, sometimes I take my time and I try to get it the best I can. I'm healing. I'm in recovery. A perfectionist in recovery. Okay, so now I think this looks a lot better. It'll be easy to write on because I can either use white or I can use this lighter color. It'll be very visible. And I can use my fun letters on there. And what I was thinking was actually kind of making this look sort of a bit more like a bookshelf. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is come to my sticker pack, and I'm just going to grab anything that is this color, which is the same as the outline. And we're going to copy this, and we're going to come back here and paste it, and I'm just going to grab my image tool and crop this. And we're just going to crop it into this center rectangle. And what I want to do here is I want to try to just sort of eyeball, I guess, a decent width for shelves. So, and if you find that that keeps happening to you, you can just zoom in and grab these arrows and it'll be a lot better. So let's put it more central and just kind of make sure it overlaps on these edges here. And if I want it to be a little thinner, I think, so let's zoom in a little more, make it a little thinner. And once I'm happy with it, I'm going to drag it over to an area that I don't have anything going on, and I'm just going to tap off and tap on and copy it. Excuse me, I wish I didn't have the sniffles. I know that cannot sound great in the camera. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of place them. So I want this section to be like my main goals for the month. So I want to leave room for a heading and then for like a 1, 2, 3. So I think that's pretty good. And then I'm going to paste another one, but I want to put the books in there. So we are going to copy. There. Paste. And we don't need the broom, so delete that. Grab my images, my image tool, and we're just gonna Yeah, that's pretty good. Put this here. I think these are so cute. Maybe we'll give them a little breathing room, a little negative space above them. And I'm gonna copy before I move it over. And then, let's see. Oh, this is cute. I want I guess I want a space for notes, but I also feel like I want to be able to put something cute in here, like maybe at the bottom. So maybe I'll leave, I'm just gonna put one here. Maybe. And what do I want to add? Like maybe some potions or the crystal ball or the mortar and pestle. Da da da. Okay, let's do the timer. So we get our timer. And maybe the skull. And then once you start layering things, it can get a bit finicky, but luckily this is letting me grab this. And I just think I want this to be larger. I think I want it to kind of fill that space a little better. And I feel like I just need one more thing. I like threes. I feel balance is better. So I feel the balance is better. Wow, words are hard. That one is so pretty, but I think I want to bring this orange coloring in. So let's do the orange. And we're just gonna, should I make the skull a little smaller? Ooh, okay, I have another idea. So I'm gonna paste this one here. And maybe what I'll do, I'm gonna put this up, grab my image tool, make this a little smaller yet again. We're gonna kind of lean it up against that. And then I'm gonna put some books underneath. So let's come here. Obviously I can't use those, I have to use these. Whoops, how did I end up on text? Good old GoodNotes. All right, so let's copy and paste these same books. Obviously I don't need this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna copy this so I don't have to keep bothering with the broomstick. I'm gonna grab my image tool and we are going to crop. And let's see, I want some purple in there, so let's crop this one down to that purple. And I wish you could zoom in here so you can get like a more proper crop, but I got that book and I'm going to paste it again. Grab my image tool. We are going to crop and we don't really want the orange. I think the green is good. Yeah, we're going to do the green. And I'm just gonna put this right here. And we're gonna do the same with this one. And I just made it a little bit smaller. And then I'm just gonna kind of overlap that just a little. And yeah, okay, I think that looks cute. This will be fun. So I need to put something, I need to put lettering up here for my goals. So let's come back to the sticker pack and the letters. And we just need to circle, okay, images is on, between A and S. Let's copy. I think I missed that. Did I miss it twice? Goodness. All right, paste. Let's do G, O, A. I love these letters. I just think they're so fun. I think I want to do, I mean, maybe not every single month. Oh, I should fix that L before I turn it into a font. I think that L looks too thick. There's just too much weight on it. So, anyway, yeah, if I can come up with some cute letters for most of the months, like I don't really know what I would do for November, but like December, I think there are a ton of cute lettering ideas for December. So I might do an alphabet again then. Okay, do I want to keep, let's see, notes maybe? So I'll need another one of these. Copy and paste. Oh, no, of course, this is my bad. Okay, let's copy this and paste it. And did I do any resizing? I don't think I did, so that actually works out really well. And then the E, and I'm gonna nudge that closer together. The kerning on here I think is gonna be a little bit complicated with these little teeth. Kerning is like the spacing between the letters. I'm gonna copy this. And so that's really what I have to do when I make this font. So the files are done. I just need to take every single possible letter combination and adjust the spacing between them. But some of them will be kind of funny, like the T and the E there. I don't like the way those fit together. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave, I think that's a good size. I'm gonna leave that like that. And for my goals as well. Okay, and now I'm feeling like something needs to go up there. So let's just take a quick look. What could I put up there? Ooh, I want to do an eyeball. I think either the green or the orange. I'm leaning towards orange, but let's just take a look. Let's do orange. Ooh, great. All right, I'm going to do orange, but I reserve the right to change my mind later. You know, one of these moths would also be really pretty there. But I'm going to go a little funky and do the eyeball. Okay, let's grab my image tool. And I think it's fun. I like having the eyeball there. What do you guys think? I think it's so cute. Okay. So then I just need to mark my 3 goals. Let's see. Should I use the gems? I could use the stars. I can't use the bats because they're black, or the spiders. So I could use more eyeballs. Okay. This is where it'd be nice if I had a viewer. Then one of you guys could tell me. This is the last thing, too. I'm almost done. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta. Anything in here? I mean, oh, that's the wrong sticker set. I feel like I neglect these, like, sort of retro stickers that I initially started using. Because I started doing these. These are so fun. I like having a different theme every month. Decisions. Maybe I'll just use my moths. They're not the same size, but that's okay, you know? it'll add a little interest to them. So let's do it that way. Oh, these are way too big. Let's make them smaller. And I don't really care if these go crooked. Ooh. See, this is the glitch is happening with the lasso tool now. 1 goal. 2 goals. And 3 goals. I feel like this one's too large, so I'm just going to make it a little smaller. It's not as great as I planned, but it's all right. Grabbing my image tool, I'm going to move this one. This is what I'm talking about. When you get to layering, sometimes GoodNotes is a little finicky and they don't like it. Okay. I like the spacing there. What I think I want to do is do it this way. Because these two are both a bit bigger, so if I put the smaller one in the middle, it'll balance it out a bit. And then I'm just gonna move these up just a little. Again, when it starts glitching, it just glitches like a bunch. I took it to the Apple store and they were like, no. Basically, they just told me that I was gonna have to like reset everything. All right, so in order to keep this aligned, stop. I'm just going to move this over. Basically, they told me if I wanted to fix it, I would have to factory reset my iPad. And that doesn't even guarantee that I would fix it because it's been doing this since the day I set it up. But they're telling me that it's a bug from when, basically when I set it up, I backed it up from my old iPad. And that, in doing so, there was some glitch in the software between the two that led to this issue. So it doesn't even matter. Like if I do it, I'd have to factory reset it and I can't back it up from a cloud, any of my backups. I literally would lose everything. And I don't want to do that. Okay. Ah. It's so cute. I think I'm done. I think I'm happy with this. Oh, I meant to take the colors off the screen and I never did. Oh, well, everyone who watches my video later is gonna have to live with that being on there. Whoopsie. I wish I had thought of that. But look at this. Oh, it's so cute. I could still fill this space with some things, but I don't think I want to. I'll save some of these stickers for some other times. But oh my gosh, this is adorable. What a theme. This is cute. Okay, I hope you guys like this as much as I do. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this full length. You are a beautiful human. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next video. So, bye! Now I get to figure out how to shut off this live without being super awkward. Bye!